Hi, this is Shiva Rajaya from vitalcoaching.com. We are talking about tantric sex and vital sex, and the topic for this video is 5-minute rituals. I will give you a few examples here, and by 5 minutes I mean 5 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, it could be 30 minutes. The idea is to realize that when you have a certain chunk of time, even if this time is small or relatively short, you can still go engage and play with sexual energy and have a short activation. I use 5 minutes because very often people don't think that 5 minutes is going to be enough, but very often it is. There is lots of things that can happen in just 5 minutes. You can have what I call an energy break, or a sexual energy break, which means that you just take a little bit of time to have a moment, a sexual moment right there in the middle of the day. And sometimes it's in the evening, it can be just before you fall asleep. You just want to have a little connection there and establish some sexual energy in your life at that moment. And there are lots of possibilities, you know, dozens and dozens of practices that you can try, but I'm going to give you some very simple ones. Very often when you have a 5-minute ritual, it's very useful to set up a timer, to have really a moment. You know, if you know that this is how much time you have, you set up the timer so that you can relax. You don't have to keep on looking at your watch or be worried because you have to take off at a given moment. You just set it up and then you can relax, forget about the time until you get a little signal telling you that this is the end of the 5 minutes. So I know that within the context of tantric sex, that might sound like a strange idea to use a timer, but guess what? It really works. It's really something that allows you to relax, so give it a try. The first ritual that you can try, and you know, I use the term ritual rather than just practice or exercise, because ritual has a certain degree of sacredness to it. It has a connotation of something that is spiritual and mystical in essence. So I like that word. So the first one is the kissing ritual. So very often when you are kissing and engaging into, you know, connecting sensually like that, you are just going to follow the flow of the passion of wherever the kissing is taking you, and this is great. Okay, it's powerful. What you can do when you are consciously engaging into a kissing ritual, it means that you are very present, very much aware of what you're doing. Rather than just following the flow of your passion, you really observe different things. The first thing that you can observe is really the sensations of your lips. You can observe the substance, the warmth. How does that feel? And then you can engage into different practices. Like you can engage only with touch of the lips, no tongue. Then you can engage with the tongue, only touch of tongue, with no lips. Then you can engage into exploring each other's lips, you know, going from one side to the other. Then you can take different angles, different variations, and play with that. You can play with soft, you can play with passionate. So you have all these variations, and that by itself is a kissing ritual, is that you take time for just 5 minutes to focus exclusively on what happens when you are kissing. It's powerful. Another ritual is a breathing ritual. So by breathing, you stand in front of each other and you start synchronizing your breathing, taking time to connect. And guess what? If you have very busy lives, that might be the moment in the day where you feel deeply connected with your partner, with your lover, your husband, your wife. It's powerful because we go through the day, you know, without being really present or taking the time to be conscious. And then suddenly you pause and you slow down, you make eye contact and you start breathing together. This very simple practice can radically change the quality of your relationship. It can give you back a sense of connection that you might have missed or lost a long time ago. So very powerful one. Then there is a more sexual practice, which is lingam massage. So the lingam is tantric term for the penis. So if you are a woman and you want to massage your lover and exclusively focus on that, you take some oil on your hands and you start playing gently with his genitals. And for a man to receive that gift is like one of the most beautiful experiences. Even if it's just a 5-minute transition, just a break there, you take the time to engage and be consciously present. The equivalent for women is of course yoni massage. The yoni is the tantric term for the vagina, and again, as a lover, you can start touching a woman's yoni in very conscious, very present ways. You can, use oils and start activating her sexually in very skillful ways. So that's another one of the core rituals that you can engage into. And then of course there is sexual union, intercourse, penetration, what we call maituna within the tantric realms. Maituna simply means sexual union. And you can really take that action, the sharing, the lovemaking, the sex, in very conscious ways. Even if it's just a 5-minute ritual there, a moment that you take time to be together, to be present, to engage, to create a moment of sacredness. It's again a simple action that can radically change the perception of your day. So the reason why we call them rituals is really because there is a dimension of sacredness that kicks in when you're present and conscious, when you're aware of what you're doing. You take time to really pause, to slow down and engage with your lover from a place of gratitude, honoring each other's energy, respect, love, caring, and so on. So the ones that I described right there, I use the sequence, like a 5-minute sequence, but it could be 10 minutes, it could be 15 minutes, it could be half an hour, even longer. It's really up to you to decide, to see how much time you have and how much energy you want to engage into the practice. That's one thing. Another thing is that those are 5 examples, but there are 150 plus possible techniques that you can use, and I will cover many more of them in the future videos, or some of them are already covered in past videos. So go and check them out. There is so much more to say about that. Hope you enjoy.